Hi, Jessica Haley with Peace by Practice Yoga, and today I'm using ball sack. And then I have a doodle here to help me. This is Nova. We are going to go through some stretches through the hands and into the forearms. So if you have to type at a desk a lot, if you tend to squeeze in the hands when you're driving or hold a lot of stress through the shoulders, this is a good way to kind of release some of that tension. This is especially for my son, who's a guitar player, so this is a routine especially made for him. So using ball sack, you're going to hold on at the very edge of the balls. So whether you have 4 balls or 6, holding on at the edge of the balls and just squeeze around those balls. So we're adding a little bit of pressure, we're building a little bit of strength. You should feel your forearms firing up as you squeeze. And then just extend those arms, draw your shoulders back, keeping your core on, and then start to pull the arms back away from each other. So you're going to feel the muscles in your back start to turn on there and kind of firing those muscles in the back. This also is helping me build some of that shoulder stability strength. So my shoulders are relaxed back and down, and I almost feel like the shoulder blades are pulling in towards the back, pulling through those arms. And then release some of that tension and just kind of turn your hands like you're revving up a motorcycle, just back and forth, back and forth. And then you can take this same routine, flipping the hands so the palms are up, and you're holding onto those edge of the balls again, extending the arms forward, shoulders back, core on, and then let's pull away with those arms again. Squeezing the balls fairly tightly through the hands to build that forearm strength as well. So I'm getting back strength and forearm strength. And then again, releasing some of that tension and revving up those motorcycle, getting that movement in those wrists. And then just kind of releasing that down. Bringing the balls down on the floor. We're going to stay in the forearm space, so not coming to the wrist where there's a lot of nerves there, but staying in that kind of fleshy forearm. Resting the forearms down to the floor and just kind of massaging it back and forth. And if coming to the floor is a challenge, you can always take this to a desk or any kind of hard surface. And you can stay with just one hand on there, using the other hand to maybe push down and create just a little bit more pressure. Squeezing this hand in and out. And then maybe even hold it in a fist and circle in your wrist, kind of figure 8 circles. You can do that same thing, flipping the palm up and rolling out that forearm on the top. And same thing, in and out through those fingers. You can add more pressure, you can roll out that wrist. Sitting it up nice and tall, another exercise that I always recommend to people to do if they get stuck in traffic. Extend your arm out, plug your shoulder back, spreading those fingers nice and wide and trying to keep the fingers extended up to the sky. Just draw the pointer finger back towards your forearm, keeping those other fingers extended, and then release. Again, middle finger. And you just keep going through the fingers, getting that stretch all the way back. And it should feel really nice through the fingers. And if you do have arthritis, this is a great thing to kind of keep movement happening. And then flipping those fingers down and pulling it towards the forearm, getting that stretch across the front of the wrist and into the forearm as well. And just taking that through both arms. You can always rest your hands over the balls, coming into more of a kneeling position. The more you shift your weight forward into the hands, obviously the more pressure you're putting down. You can stay here, maybe take a few cat-cows here, opening up in the chest and rounding through the spine. My thumbs are on the back side where my fingers are on the front. And then maybe I change it up and have my thumb on the front side and my fingers on the back, taking that same cat-cow action. Moving with breath, we exhale as we cat, we inhale through cow. Back and forth. Now for me, it feels amazing to let my fingers kind of slide down to the floor and my heels set on those balls. I might have to shift a little bit more weight into the feet, and then I can really get that deep, deep stretch through the fingers. Now all of us this might be a little bit too much for some, but it's a nice stretch through the fingers. And rolling it all the way up, just squeeze those fingers in and out. And that's some great work to do through the hands and the forearms.